Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend and all geared up ready for this week, because we've got a lot of US data coming out this week, which is obviously potentially going to be market movers, not just for the altcoins or Bitcoin, but for the traditional markets as well. So a lot of data coming out this week, and we're getting closer and closer to that inauguration, which I think is going to bring a lot of volatility to the market. So you need to be prepared for that. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about CRO and crypto.com, but I also want to talk about Bitcoin and the US dollar, because something big, I feel, is going to happen to the US dollar during this inauguration and after the inauguration, which could be a good thing or a bad thing for the crypto market. But we'll get into that in just a little while. But before I start, smash that like button, give subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. It's always good to see a bit of green as well on the weekly. We can see a lot of coins have turned green. Some of the meme coins, and we've seen some of the game tokens, and also some of the storage tokens as well. We can see the meme coin, fart coin, and SPX are up around 50 to 58%. Gala is up 12%. Gaming, Filecoin, which is a storage token coin, is up 13.7%. XLML is up 24%. So we can see ADA as well, up 17%. So looking all pretty good for the market at the moment. And on the daily, we can see it's a bit more of the red, and on the hourly, it's a bit more of a red, bit of a mixed bag there. But obviously Bitcoin at the moment, which is sitting at 99,224 from making this video, is taking a bit of the limelight again at the moment. So, but overall, I'm feeling really bullish for this coming year. I really am. I think big things are going to be happening and exciting times are ahead. And one of the exciting times ahead, I think, is for the crypto.com and the Cronos chain. But we can have a quick look at the charts at the moment before we get into the crypto.com. But at the moment, nothing's really changed. It's still, we're in that range, aren't we? We're in that range of 20 cents and around about that 13 cents kind of area. We're in that falling wedge, which I have mentioned in the previous video, I think on Saturday. We're basically hitting our heads on that resistance. And one of the big resistance at the moment, I think, for CRO at the moment is around about that 20 cents mark. We've got a lot of resistance around there, which we need to break through it. I don't know, a lot of sell orders around there. I don't know if it's being manipulated or what. I don't know. But there's a lot of resistance. It's not allowing us to get past that 20 cents mark. We need to get that volume in. We need some more news. Are we going to get some really bullish news come out? Is it going to be about Burns, or is it going to be about Hong Kong? Or, you know, in terms of the exchange going live there, is something building up behind the scenes which could actually accelerate us past that 20 cents kind of area? I want to see us, we should be in theory up around about that 50 kind of cents area right now with all the news we've had regarding the roadmap. But what we can see here, which is I think is really bullish, we've got the relative strength index here, which is basically pretty much flattened out here. We found a bottom around about that 36%. So we've risen all the way up to about 49%. And we can see here back in the beginning of November, we went all the way up to 93%. We're a long way from that as well. The oscillator's also reset. We had money flow coming out, and it started to curve back up to the upside. And we had a little bit of volume coming in here with the green dot pushing us up. But look at the volume. The volume has been dropping down and dropping down. And so it looks like we're bottoming out on that one. So hopefully we're going to get some volume coming in soon. And I think it's a lot of volatility is going to come in during this inauguration. So you need to be strapped in and prepared for that. But we're on this falling wedge for CRO as well, which we started to break out of. So we're starting to make a move to the upside. So that's bullish in my opinion as well. But we need to get back up to that 20 cents kind of area and then smash through that. But we need to smash through that with volume, not just a little bit of volume like we've seen here. We want these really volume, like what we saw here back at the beginning of November, where we had that massive push to the upside, and which took us all the way up to that 20. And that's what we want to see again. We want to see a repeat of this. Get this type of candles. That's why we're going to break up and get to that 50 kind of cents area. And at the moment, we've just got to hold tight, sit in your hands, and be patient. I did buy the dip when we hit down here around about that 13.5 cents. I bought the dip down there. So I'm just sitting on my hands right now. I'm just being patient and waiting because alt season is getting closer and closer. We can see CRO at the moment sitting at 4.2 billion. The volume is still sitting around about that 28 million as well. But what you've got to do is you've got to zoom out as well. And like I said, I'm not going to get into this fully, but one of the things I'm really excited about is the Cronos ETFs, which is coming out later on. I think is in Q4 of 2025. But also we've got the crypto.com stablecoin, But I'm also really excited about the rewards for Bitcoin. That's going to be sort of really exciting as well. We've got the fiat on and off ramp for expansion, and that's through the UAE, South Korea, Hong Kong, and around the world as well. And exchange expansion. So we've got a lot of things going on, stocks and banking as well, and also the cards being given out further around the world as well as the United States and South Korea as well. So a lot of really exciting things happening. We've also got what's come out. We've also got the getting into the sports betting area as well. So that's going to get throughout the United States of America as well. It's regulated in all 50 US states. So that's really exciting news as well. And also they're becoming like zero fees as well for the stock market kind of thing. So all that's going to be really exciting. So a lot of things are happening in the crypto.com and the Cronos space as well. So really bullish. Like I said, just zoom out as well. You just got to zoom out with crypto.com and Cronos and be patient. That's all I'm saying, is be patient, because when alt season starts and if we get an announcement with Burns, that's going to be super bullish as well. So look at that. We've got a lot of things happening this week, which I mentioned just. We've got factory orders Monday, ISM services Tuesday, jobs and jobs opening Tuesday. We've got ADP non-farm payrolls on Wednesday, jobless claims, Fed FOMC minutes on Wednesday, non-farm payrolls on Friday, unemployment rate on Friday, average hourly earnings on Friday, and consumer sentiment on Friday as well. So a lot of bullish things, more bearish things are coming out this week in terms of the US economic data. So yeah, so like I said, you've got to strap in and be careful and be prepared. But what I am watching for at the moment, this is on the monthly. I'm watching Bitcoin at the moment, because a lot of things are going to be happening with Bitcoin, and I think a big move is coming on the 20th of January. So before I get into what that is, we can see here the trend is upward, and that's why I said you've got to zoom out. When it comes to Bitcoin, zoom out. Look, your trend is your friend to the very end, and the trend is just been up and up and up. Yes, we get these lows, as you can see here, these waves. But look at this. We see where we topped out here. We've got a long way till we get to top out here. And I think it's going to get to $150,000 to $200,000 around topping out. Look at that. We can see where we've raised here, and the trend is up. We're nowhere near towards the end of the top yet. We've got a long way to go. And you can see also on the oscillator where we've topped out as well. And we're nowhere near that. We've still got that little bit to go as well. And why do you think here? Trump inauguration on the 20th, 2017. You can see here, that's when the inauguration happened. And he said, our companies can't compete with the China now because currency is too strong and it is killing us. That's what he said in 2017. And look what happened to Bitcoin. It had that major pump to the upside. But also, what happened to the Dixie? We can see here what happened to the Dixie. Trump inauguration 2017. Our companies can't compete with the China now because our currency is strong and it's killing us. What happened to the dollar? Absolutely plummeted. And this is what happens with the Bitcoin. It absolutely skyrocketed. It went from where it was about $900 all the way up to around about $22,000. And the same thing is happening here. Look what's happening right here. We're right getting close to that inauguration. It's going to be volatility. And then are we going to get that massive pump to the upside? Because Steve Jones says here, on time, ready for pushback. The dollar is getting high. It's got strong. It's sitting where it was about 100. I think it's sitting at the moment at around about, at the moment, we went all the way up to $110 and we're sitting about 108 at the moment. So, but look what happened when that inauguration, dollar is too strong and that big correction down to the downside. And that is what we're waiting for a lot of the crypto, for the alts, the stock markets, because we know Donald Trump loves the stock market. He wants to bring interest rates down. That's what he wants to do. And will he be putting pressure on Jerome Powell? I would not take it past Donald Trump to do that. He loves stock markets. He wants the stock markets to rally. And he wants it to go back to all-time highs. That's what he wants to do. He wants interest rates to come down, and he's really in favor of the stock markets. And I'm expecting a big move to come. So I'm expecting potentially, are we going to get the Donald Trump effect of the dollar crashing? And this is where we come back into the altcoins. Look what happened before. We had that big drop down and that big push up to the upside. And we had that massive bull flag. And again, same thing's repeating itself. Look, We've had that big push down to the downside, and now we're gearing up ready for that big push up. And it's all correlating to when Donald Trump had his inauguration and Donald Trump came into power, because he likes altcoins. He likes Ethereum. He owns Ethereum. And does he hold Bitcoin? Maybe, but a lot of his colleagues around him, surrounding him, does hold Bitcoin. He wants to compete with China. That's what he wants to do. And he's starting to bring in these threatening things about tariffs as well. So we've got to bear that one in mind. And that's when we're going to start getting to see maybe other countries start to get into tariffs as well. So we've got to bear that one in mind. But I'm watching the dollar very, very closely. I'm thinking we're getting close to that topping out. I think Donald Trump says the same thing here. That's going to tank the market in terms of Dixie. The Dixie, I feel, is going to make a big move down to the downside. Now, I might be totally wrong on this, so you've got to be prepared. A lot of volatility is coming into the market, and Total 3 is looking primed for a move to the upside. Basically the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin, again, is primed for that upside movement as well. So, like I said, at the moment, some people say February we're going to top out. Some people are saying, oh, look, we're going to top out, later on in October, November. Nobody knows where we top out. And that's why I said you should always take profits on the way up. But overall, Total 3 is looking prime for a big move. We look at the rainbow chart at the moment. We're still in that accumulation kind of area. We're still in accumulation. And that is pretty much plays to the T. So we've got also Bitcoin ETFs. Bitcoin, nearly $1 billion, 908 million came in last week. And also the Ethereum came at 58.70. So the institutions, the whales are buying Bitcoin, and institutions are and the whales are buying altcoins as well, gearing up, ready for that big move. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to be very volatile. We could get a big plummet down to the downside and a big spike to the upside, or vice versa. So always be prepared for that. But the Dixie's looking pretty toppy. It's looking like a really ready for a pullback to happen. So, like I said, get prepared, get ready, because I think big moves are going to be happening soon. So, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.